Alright, we're here with Jeff Mayweather. Of course, few people know more about boxing and its history than Jeff, so we're going to take some time to talk about different fighters from different eras each week. This week we're going to talk about kind of the golden era of boxing, some of the greatest heavyweights of all time fought in this era. So we're going to ask Jeff about a few of these fighters. Jeff, first Ernie Shavers.
Well, Ernie Shavers was a tremendous puncher. I think probably one of the heaviest, was one of the hardest punchers in boxing during that era, and gave everyone a tremendous fight. I think that he was just one of those guys that unfortunately never became champion, but was always one punch away from being champion.
Alright, next we have Joe Frazier.
Perpetual motion. Fighter with not devastating punching power, but did have a devastating left hook. If he caught you on the end of the left hook, but he was a small guy who actually had fairly good defense, but his thing was just pressure, constant pressure, and like I said, perpetual motion, and just letting those hands fly.
All right, next we have Sonny Liston.
Well, of course, Sonny Liston was a brood. I mean, he was more like a gangster. I mean, he just kind of like toyed with these guys when he was actually fighting. I mean, he was the most feared man on the planet at one time.
Next we have George Foreman.
George Foreman's a lot like was also a lot like Sonny Liston. In his first time around in his career, that's basically what he was. He was like just a version of Sonny Liston. I mean, a brood, but he was a very vicious puncher. But the only thing about George Foreman is that he never had no gas. He never had a gas tank, but he was always knocking guys out, so it didn't really matter.
And then finally, I believe your favorite fighter of all time, Muhammad Ali.
I think that he named himself appropriately. I mean, he's the greatest. I mean, I've never in my life seen a man his size do the things that he's done. I mean, and not only that, but the predictions. I mean, his predictions being right on time. I mean, he was almost like he was, he was a prophet. That's what it seemed that way anyway. And I mean, a great fighter. I mean, poetry in motion. Fast hands, fast feet. Not a great puncher, but enough to get your attention.